They told her she was too loud, too bold, too black, too ambitious. But Brittany Packnett Cunningham didn't shrink. She stood taller. And today, she's leading a generation to rise with her. This is the story of how one woman's refusal to play small sparked a movement, and how her journey can fuel yours too. Brittany Packnett Cunningham isn't just a voice for change, she's a force behind it. A former educator, policy expert, and co-host of the wildly influential Pod Save the People, Brittany is best known for her unapologetic push for equity, justice, and empowerment, especially for Black and marginalized communities. She's been on Obama's task force on 21st century policing, a TED Talk with millions of views, and she is constantly in the fight, not from the sidelines but on the front lines. But Brittany's rise wasn't easy. It was born from resistance, from choosing courage over comfort. Brittany was raised in a family that preached truth and lived it out loud. Her father was a preacher, her mother an educator. From a young age, Brittany was taught that silence in the face of injustice is not neutrality, it's complicity. But still, like many of us, she wrestled with imposter syndrome, systemic barriers, and the fear of being too much in rooms not built for her voice. She once said, "We've been trained to be exceptional instead of free. I'm done choosing." Her pivotal moment, Ferguson, 2014. After the police killing of Michael Brown, Brittany hit the streets, not just to protest, but to organize, educate, and demand systems change. And she never stopped. One thing Brittany teaches that you need to hear is this: courage is not something you're born with. It's something you practice. Like a muscle, the more you use it, the stronger it gets. In her TED Talk, Brittany explains how people don't just find courage, they build it. Through action, through standing up even when your voice shakes, through refusing to be erased. So how do you train courage in your life? Start small. Speak up in the meeting. Challenge an unfair rule. Be honest when it's easier to be quiet. Those little moments build into movements. Let's break down 3 practical strategies from Brittany's journey that you can apply starting today. Use your platform, whatever size it is. You don't need a podcast or TED Talk. Your social media, your dinner table, your workplace. They're all stages. Use them to speak truth. Lead with integrity, not ego. Brittany says real leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about being in service. Are you uplifting others? Are you fighting for the voiceless? Don't wait for permission to lead. Systems won't always invite you in. That's okay. Build your own table, or flip the one already there. Brittany's story is soaked in purpose, but it didn't come without pain. She's faced racism, sexism, online harassment, and burnout. But she turned that pain into purpose, a kind of fuel that doesn't run out. Here's how you can too. 1. Journal your experiences. Reflect on what hurts, and ask, what am I meant to do with this? 2. Channel anger into action. 3. Surround yourself with people who remind you of your power, not your limits. Brittany reminds us that movements aren't led by heroes in capes. They're led by everyday people who decide, this ends with me. So ask yourself, what are you standing for? What silence are you ready to break? What legacy are you building, starting today? Share in the comments. What's one way you're practicing courage this week? Let's build a community of changemakers, of fire starters, of people who refuse to sit still while the world needs healing. If this story moved you, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a reminder that they matter. Their voice matters. Remember, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Now go be relentless. See you in the comments and in the fight.